that network marketing is the best way to make money. There's no other greater way.
Te traigo a una leyenda. Te traigo a una leyenda de la industria. De hecho, él en su historia lo dice. Yo llevo network marketing desde que mi madre estaba embarazada, porque mi madre ya iba a eventos de network marketing.
This year, he's going to make over $1 million a year, right? If I look at just a photo of Antonio on the first day he started network marketing compared to now, it would make you go, oh my God, there's no way that's me. The inner game is 90% of the game. The external game is 10%. The external game is understanding that other people's BS doesn't become your own. So when people say network marketing's a scam, it's shut up. Network marketing's a pyramid thing. Yeah, whatever. Network marketing's a little business. Yeah. Network marketing only works for crazy people. Yeah. And I know it sounds a bit weird to say you've got to be open to be brainwashed by him, but if you're not being brainwashed by Antonio, who are you being brainwashed by? Broke people?
Amigos, ¿qué tal estáis? La verdad que hoy estoy súper emocionado de poner este vídeo en el canal de YouTube. La verdad que estoy agradecido con todo el crecimiento que estamos teniendo en el canal de YouTube. Antes de empezar, quiero dar las gracias a todas las personas que veis los vídeos hasta el final y dejáis un comentario. Quiero confirmarte que personalmente yo soy la persona que os contesta los comentarios, con lo cual, cuando nos veamos, me voy a acordar de ti cuando me digas tu nombre, porque hay muchas personas que siempre estáis comentando y te lo agradezco con el corazón. Todas las personas que le habéis dado me gusta, todas las personas que os habéis suscrito en este tiempo desde que llevamos publicando todos los lunes un vídeo. Gracias, 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 gracias. Y es por eso que hoy te traigo un regalo. Hoy en Historias de Networkers no va a ser una historia de networker, porque la persona que te traigo hoy ya hicimos un Historias de Networkers. De hecho, para que conozcas parte de su historia, vas a tener el vídeo por aquí o por allí o por ahí o por ahí. Vas a poder ir a ver el vídeo y conocer su historia. Pero quiero decirte que te traigo a una leyenda. Te traigo a una leyenda de la industria, una persona que ha estado muchísimos años en la industria. De hecho, él en su historia lo dice. Yo llevo network marketing desde que mi madre estaba embarazada, porque mi madre ya iba a eventos de network marketing estando embarazada de mí. O sea, yo antes de nacer ya era networker. Es una persona que ha estado en el mundo de la industria del network marketing toda su vida, que ha podido ver cómo su padre alcanzaba las posiciones más altas de su compañía, ha podido vivir desde pequeño, ir a los mejores colegios. Gracias al network marketing ha podido tener una educación de muy alto nivel gracias al network marketing. Y la realidad es que hace unos años, en 2018, pude ir y pude conocer un entrenamiento suyo y cambió totalmente mi concepto de la industria de network marketing. Es una persona que lo llevo siguiendo muchos años, que es un experto en la industria, que es una persona que ayuda a muchísimos networkers, que vive aquí en Dubái, que hoy estamos en Dubái, y le he pedido, por favor, que dé un entrenamiento exclusivo para nuestro canal en regalo, en agradecimiento a todo el crecimiento que estamos teniendo en estos meses. Es un entrenamiento exclusivo para ti, así que si no estás suscrito, suscríbete, porque de vez en cuando vamos a traer regalos como este. Así que voy a hablarle en inglés, él va a hacer el entrenamiento en inglés, pero lo vais a tener subtitulados para todas las personas de habla hispana. Así que quiero darte las gracias, Frazer. Thank you, Frazer, for being in this channel. For me, it's an honor to be in the same room with you. I admire you. I was following you before 2018. Yo le seguía desde antes del 2018, but I met you in 2018, and our relation have grown to a lot of levels. I call you now my brother. Thank you. And I will please ask you to do a special training for my channel, because I'm very grateful. I have been growing so much my YouTube channel. There is a lot of people, like, I see all my videos and I see, like, in most of the videos there is 100% of likes and it's 0 dislikes. So that made me very thankful, and I'm thankful also for the people that comment, that they take time to see the video until the end and then do a comment. So thank you very much, Frazer, and I let you the camera so you can introduce yourself, but I also let them know that there is a YouTube that they can know your story. But I already said that you have been doing network marketing since you were in the of your mom. I don't know how to say this.
The womb.
In the womb.
I don't know what that is in Spanish.
Yeah, la barriga. La barriga.
La barriga.
Sí.
It sounds like a food. It sounds like a burrito or something.
Así que gracias, Frazer, and it's all yours. Thank you. Con todos vosotros, Frazer Brooks.
It feels so strange because we're in this podcast studio. So what do I say? Hola, amigos. Me llamo Frazer Brooks. Is that right?
Perfect.
¿Cómo estás?
Perfecto.
Bien, bueno, fuego. All right. So anyway, my name is Frazer Brooks. Started network marketing in 1987. Wasn't born until 1988 because of what Antonio was saying. But there's this saying in network marketing that is not exactly true in my opinion, and it was when it was a thing. But I think network marketing's evolved a lot. Is the best trained teams are the best teams. And I want to just challenge you for a moment to really understand that there are a lot of people out there in network marketing who are trained on all the different things and they're broke as a result. Meaning they've got no money. They know everything, but they haven't done anything with the everything, so then they haven't made the money, right? So here's my opinion. The most aware teams that take action are the best teams. So, and there are 5, maybe 6 areas of awareness that I want you to really focus on in the next 25, 30 minutes or so, however long we go for. And I also want to say a massive thank you for being a subscriber of the channel. And I will just say this because Antonio is newer to YouTube, although he's crushing it, is if that button says subscribe and not subscribed, take 3 seconds and just press the button. Because I know half of you watching this video haven't subscribed yet, and you're watching every single video. Just hit subscribe. It does a massive wonder to his energy levels. Because, oh my God, I've got 100,000 subscribers. What do you think the level of value is going to do? Increase or decrease? Of course, it's going to increase. Okay, so in the network marketing space, at 2026 right now, network marketing goes in cycles, meaning every 4 years there's a cycle. So 2010 to 2013, right? 2010 to 2013 was the hustle cycle, right? Antonio was involved in network marketing back then, so he'll know every single coffee shop, hotel room, supermarket, gym where people just hustling, work. 2014 to 2017 was the social media era. Right? This is when people started to accept that social media was a part of network marketing, but this is how people used to do it on Facebook because it was before Instagram. They would go on Facebook and go, I'm looking for 3 motivated individuals to join my team. And then in the comments, 1 spot taken, only 2 spots left. And then, oh, 2nd spot taken, only 1 spot left. And then, oh, all the spots are taken. Better luck next time. And then they would go to their mum or their dad and say, Dad, how much money do you have in your bank account? And they would say, oh, $12,000. And you'd say, can I borrow it? And they would say, yeah, sure. So you took the $12,000, you went to the foreign exchange, you exchanged it for Japanese yen. So you had all this cash. You rented a private jet or a Ferrari. You put the cash in the middle and you took all these photos being like, oh, I'm rich. I make all this money from network marketing. It was a very fake era. 2018 to 2021 was the influencer era. This was the era where people weren't just using social media, they were using it to try and become an influencer, right? They were doing photos to impress other people, to generate leads that way. 2022 to 2025 was the micro influencer. This is where people realized, I don't need millions of followers. I just need a few thousand followers that I can connect with. So there was more money being made in the messenger. 2016, 17, 18, and 19 is the trust era. This is the era because we're right now in a trust recession. People are trusting people less and less and less. There are more companies in network marketing that aren't legitimate companies. There are more people who are coaching people on how to be successful who haven't had success themselves. There are more events out there that are super expensive and they don't really know what they're doing. There's so many different things that is the reason why we're losing trust. So if you look at the word trust, there's one way to improve it and there's one way to ruin it. How do you ruin trust? Change. Every single time you change your message, you lose trust. Every single time you change company, you lose trust. Every single time there's a change in the brand or the logos or the colors, you lose trust. So what's the opposite of change? Repetition. They say the repetition is the mother of all skill, right? If you keep promoting events, people will trust the events. If you keep recruiting, people will trust that you love the business. If you keep earning a commission, people will trust that you're super active, right? So what can you do to build trust? So these are like the 5 areas of awareness. Maybe there's 6. We'll see how far we go. The first one, and these sound super, super basic, but you have to be aware of them more than ever before. Are you aware of how freaking good your product is? Like, I want you to think for a moment. I want you to think about all the products. If you go to Dubai Mall, just not far from here, and you're walking down Fashion Avenue, which is one of like not the roads, but like, let's say the road inside the mall, and you look to your left, Prada, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Hermes, Rolex, Cartier, all these cool sounding words, right? Cartier, Dior, right? So you see all these words, right? You see all these stores. Where does your company fit? Do you feel that your company's on the top floor in the corner where no one walks past? Or does your company have a product that should be in between Rolex and Hermes? If you don't believe that, then you need to change. You need to become more aware of, why is my product the best in the industry? Why is it the best? Why are people paying a premium for it? Why? Because it's the best. All right. Of course, in network marketing, people are going to say, ooh, that's a bit expensive. Your answer should be, compared to what? What are you comparing our product with? Something else which is nowhere near as good. So the first one's the product. The second one is maybe my favorite. Are you aware of how good network marketing is? Like, truly. Like, the people who are making $100,000 and more, the people who are making $1 million and more, every single one of them know that network marketing is the best way to make money. There's no other greater way. Earlier, we had an amazing guy from Peru in the chair just opposite where Antonio sat. And he, this year, he's going to make over $1 million a year, right? It's not happened yet, but we're manifesting it. It's going to happen. And he's super close, right? The thing is, in Peru, to make $1 million, making $1 million anywhere is a huge amount. But to make that sort of money in Peru, you've got to be like a world legendary known actor or like the best football player in Peru. He's a network marketer. And you have to have that confidence and that posture of, I'm a network marketer. This is the greatest business. And here's what I would tell. I would give you a story here. So like Antonio, I love golf. And if you've read Antonio's book, you will know that a lot of the lessons that he's learned come from golf, right? Because you talk about the swing and the system and the tools, and like it's a lot from golf. So we share this passion of golf, right? I didn't have to read the book in Spanish because I don't know Spanish, but I could see, because there's a lot of photos. There's a lot of photos in the book as well. So I could see, but okay, I understand the point. It's really, really cool. There's lots of different nuggets in there. So if you haven't read it, somewhere in the description, hopefully there'll be a link for you to go and order it if there's still any copies left, right? Maybe there is, maybe there's not.
It's
right?
coming in English for Dare to Dream.
Oh, just for me. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love that. Thank you. So in golf. So I really love to play golf. I love it so much that last year I played 4 times, right? Because I rank family and my business much higher than I do golf, right? Just about, no, significantly higher. And one day I was playing with a friend of mine. And I'm introverted. It doesn't seem it on camera and stuff, but if you're with me in a small environment, you'll know that I'm actually like quite introverted, right? So I don't like the idea of playing with strangers, but in Dubai, it's very, very popular. So there's me and my friend, and you can play 4 people at the same time in golf. And I arrive on the first tee, and there's these 2 guys. One's in his 50s and one's in his 70s, like older 70s. And they're like 2 guys from the UK, alpha males, and you can just feel the testosterone. And I'm like, I can't be dealing with this. So we hit our first shots. We're on the first green. And one of the guys turns to my friends and says, "What do you do?" Now, I want you to imagine if someone asked you on the golf course, right? It's a nice golf course. It costs a lot of money to play it. If someone asked you anywhere, "What do you do?" what is your immediate reaction and how excited are you about telling them? Because this was my reaction, and this is me being completely honest. I'll always be honest, but I think it's important for the benefit of the video as well. My reaction was, uh-oh. I don't know why. I didn't feel that me saying, oh, I'm in network marketing or I'm a network marketing coach really did the opportunity justice. So I picked up my ball. I was like, I'm out, guys. I was putting for a par, but I pretended that I was going for like triple bogey. Anyway, picked up my ball. I walk onto the second tee. I hear my friend, him ask the same question to my friend, or he asked my friend the question. And my friend said, I'm a business development manager for a leadership company where we travel the world. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, geez, I didn't even think he did that. Right? He made it sound so good. And these two guys were like, whoa, that's really cool. Tell us more. They're walking onto the second hole. I tee the ball up. I hit it. It was a bit weird because usually you wait for everyone, but I was so in my own head of when they ask me, what am I going to say? Third hole, my friend goes to one of them and says, so what do you do? He said, oh, I've just sold my family business, a chain of hotels, for over $300 million. And I go, oh my God, now there's more pressure. This guy who's worth $300 million is going to ask me, what do you do? What the hell do I say? Fourth hole, fifth hole, maybe fifth or sixth hole. I forget the hole number exactly, but I'd say the fifth hole.
Probably 7.
Yeah, probably 7. 4 or 7, yeah. 7. Yeah. So let's say the 7th hole. I hit the ball, he hits his, we're about to go, and he says, Frazer, what do you do? And I thought about the answer. So I said, instead of me telling you what I do, how about I tell you why I do it? And he said, okay, well, why'd you do it? I said, I do what I do because I want to help the ordinary person earn an extraordinary income because it's my belief that success is measured by the number of people who mention your name in their success story. That was it. Quite simple. But his jaw was on the floor. Like, he was just like, huh. And he went to his ball. We hit the ball. We hit a putt. On the next hole, he asked to swap buggies from his partner to my partner because he wanted to speak to me more about it. This 70-odd-year-old guy who's worth $300 million, and he says, so I've been thinking over the last 10 minutes, I just sold my business for $300 million, but I cannot tell you a name of one person who would mention my name in their success story. Teach me, what do you do? And for the rest of like the 10, 11, 12 holes, I was talking to him about network marketing, the different companies, how it works, the distribution, the common misconceptions. And at the end of it, he took my details. I don't know if he joined network marketing or not. But the point of what I'm saying is, when you know the true value of network marketing, saying I'm a network marketing professional, still in the world we live in, doesn't do it justice. People have to know why network marketing, why being a network marketing professional is so important. How do you get to know this? Listen to every single video that Antonio puts up on his challenge, on his channel, at least 3 times. Once, you watch it. The second time, you watch it on double speed and you may be doing other things. The third time, you are going to get your notepad out and you're going to study it minute by minute by minute. Why? Go and find me one other channel that has the credibility that Antonio's has. That's obviously in Spanish, right? He's made an insane amount of money in a relatively short period of time, and he continues to do so. There's not many places that you can do that in. So make sure you hit the subscribe, make sure you get the book if you're able to, and make sure that you don't just watch a video once, you watch it 3, 4, 5 times. Why? Because then you trust the content. Why? Because you're repeating the content. It's not about watching the 1,000 videos that he's going to put on the channel. It's about watching one video 1,000 times, then going on to the next one 1,000 times, then getting on to the next one 1,000 times. Because guess what then happens? You become a mini version of Antonio, but you don't become a mini version of his bank account. You become his exact bank account in the years to come, right? In the years to come. So you got to be so aware of the product. You got to be so aware of the network marketing model. The third one, I said it was the second one that was my favorite, but the third one's my favorite because it's the most important. And the third one is you got to be aware of what the basics are. Antonio and I, we've done a few interviews together, but we did an interview before this, and he said that instead of like repeating one book 1,000 times, he tore a chapter of a book called GoPro about the event promotion, tore that and just read that 1,000 times because that is his absolute gift. It's a superpower, but it is a gift from a higher power. I promise you that. Have you ever seen him promote an event from stage? It's a masterclass that every single network marketer should learn. And I'm not saying that because you're here. It's true.
You're putting me some pressure for Dare to Dream 2020.
This is how this guy works, though, right? He makes a lot of money, and then he hears something that makes him go beast mode, and he just has no limit. It's kind of it's a really nice thing to witness. So the third thing is understanding what the repeatable basics are. So I'll tell you another story, right? Because I like telling stories, and these are just things that have happened to me on purpose. I'm truly blessed that I understand that there's a higher power that's given me these opportunities to solidify what I think is true so that I can pass it on to people. I don't just have an idea and pass it on. I have an idea, then it's solidified through something that happens, and then I pass it on. So I have a friend, just one friend. Now I have a friend, he's from Austria. And he was a ski instructor. That was his background. And his assistant emailed me saying, hey, Frazer, my boss is coming to Dubai. He's staying in this hotel with his wife. Would you be open to meeting him for just half an hour? They would love to pick your brain. Right? It's an English term, like pick your brain. It's quite weird, like the idea of like someone picking your brain. But like, anyway, I said, is he in network marketing? They replied saying, yeah. I said, great. What hotel? They went, Le Meridian in JBR. I was like, great. That's like 5 buildings from me. So a couple of weeks later, I take the car, I get to the building. I know I could have walked, but whatever. That was a different time of my health journey. Anyway, I arrive at the hotel. I get out, and there he is with his wife. And he was at the time, I think, 69, almost 70. And the first thing he says, can I record our meeting? And I'm like, oh, here we go. Someone who's going to record and never listens to the recording, da-da-da-da-da. And he says, and can I make notes? And he gets his notebook out, and he's making notes on everything I say. And I love it when that happens. Like, and his wife's doing the same thing. So they've got 2 sets of notes and a voice recording. Then 3 hours later, it's supposed to be half an hour. 3 hours later, he goes, thank you so much. Can I take your contact details? Usually, the only people who have my phone number are like really close friends or like real big top leaders. And yeah, you've got one as well. I think I've got like 3 of your numbers or whatever. Anyway, but yeah, like I don't like hundreds and thousands of people having my number because then it gets like hammered. Just you guys got to be careful. Everyone should have boundaries. If you don't have boundaries, you get burnt out. Right? I've learned that over the years. So. Can I have your number? And there was something inside that just made, and again, higher power working, doing its work, saying, say yes. And I would usually just say no all the time. I said, just say yes. It was no, message me on Facebook, message me on Instagram. It was just, there's my number. So a year and a half later, he texts me and says, hey, Frazer, I'm coming back to Dubai. I'm bringing some of my team. And I went, oh, he has a team? Because I didn't know he had a team. I just thought like he's just this guy. Like I'd help anyone in network marketing if I'm able to, like truly. I'm obviously not going to cancel plans for like everyone, but like I do my best to help as many people as I can. I said, where are you staying? Le Meridian? He goes, no, I'm staying at the Atlantis. I went, nice. Okay, I'm coming in 2 weeks. Let's meet at 10 a.m. 2 weeks later, I'm at the Atlantis, 10 a.m. I'm in the lobby or in the valet, and he meets me on the red carpet that goes up to the lobby. He's like, Frazer, my friend, good to see you. He says, listen, before we go into the lobby, I want you to hold my hand. And we're going to go straight to the elevator. And I'm like, Hans, I met you like for 3 hours. Holding your hand feels a little bit weird, but like, I trust you. I hold his hand. He opens the door. There's 500 people in the lobby, the hotel lobby. And they all turn to the front, see Hans, and come running over to Hans. Hans, photo. And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? So we go over to the elevator. Everyone's trying to stop him. He's like, no, I'm with a guest. Please appreciate our space. We go to the elevator. We go upstairs and we go into the presidential suite, which if you know the Atlantis Hotel, you can Google it if you don't. There's 2 towers, the North Tower and the South Tower. And in the middle, there's a bridge. That's a room. That's a suite called the presidential suite or the ambassador suite. We're in there. He's staying there. This is where we're going to do our meeting. I'm like, okay, when you say meeting, what do you mean? He said, I want you to train my team. I'm like, okay. So he opens the door, 20 of his team comes in. And I said, Hans, what do you want me to teach on? And he said, well, teach them what you taught me a year and a half ago. I said, Hans, it was a year and a half ago. Like, I don't remember. He says, I do. He gets his notepad, the one that he drew the notes in. He puts it in front of me and says, there you go. That's what you taught me. And I'm looking at the notes thinking, did I? I didn't realize. Oh, wow. I said, you want me to teach the exact same thing? And he turns to me and says, of course. Why would you teach something different? And I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, I know this, but like it's being really solidified in. I do the training. 3 hours later, they're all standing, all these 20 leaders from all these different markets. Kind of like Antonio's business, how he's got team in like lots of different countries. He's got these leaders in different parts of the world. I go, Hans, who the hell are you? Like, what's going on? And he says, oh yeah, I probably should have said this. I hired the Atlantis Hotel for a whole week for my entire team as an incentive trip. We hired all 3,000 bedrooms. I went, what? You could have told me that when we first met. He said, well, it wasn't important. I was like, no one in the history of the Atlantis has rented the whole hotel. You're the first one and you did it for your team. He said, yeah. I said, and how long have you been involved in the company for? He said, about 43 years. You've been involved in the same company for 43 years. He went, yeah. And at one point, like we do well over $1 million in revenue every day. Oh, sorry, what? How much? Yeah, over $1 million in revenue every single day. I'm like, that's more than like 50 network marketing companies that I know of as a company. And here was the point. I say to him, teach me. What do you do? And he goes, well, team, what do we do? And they all go, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. They just sing this song. And I turn to him and go, how long have you been doing that for? And he says, 43 years. I said, you've been doing that for 43 years. Do you not get bored? He said, listen, whenever I get bored, I look at my commissions, I smile and realize the boring work works. And this is what I mean. You have to be aware of what the product is, how good it is. You've got to be aware of the network marketing model, but then you've got to be aware of what the repeatable basics are. Antonio repeats event promotion. There's an event in Peru. We need to do the event in Peru. There's an event in Serbia. We need to do this. There's an event in Barcelona. We need to do it. It's just consistent, constant repetition about the same thing over and over and over and over again. The fourth thing is to be aware of probably the most important game that you'll ever play. The most important game that you will ever play is the inner game. Now, it sounds woo-woo, but if I look at just a photo of Antonio on the first day he started network marketing compared to now, it would make you go, oh, oh my God, oh, there's no way that's me. If I look at day one on me, I'm like, well, there's no way. There's no way that that's me. Just doesn't work. I wanted to make $300 a month, and I didn't think I would even make half of that in my first year. Now I'm sat here, it's kind of a little bit of a different situation, right? But the inner game is 90% of the game. The external game is 10%. The external game is understanding that other people's BS doesn't become your own. So when people say network marketing's a scam, it's shut up. Network marketing's a pyramid thing. Yeah, whatever. Network marketing's a little business. Yeah. Network marketing only works for crazy people. Yeah. When are you going to go get a real job? But a lot of people think that that's the reason why they can't win, because the people around them are giving them all this BS. But it's the inner game. The inner game are things like the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of judgment, the fear of success. That was a big one for me, the fear of success. I didn't want to win because I didn't want to hold the microphone. It's crazy. Comparison, overwhelm, perfectionism, procrastination, self-doubt, imposter syndrome, misaligned identity, limited money beliefs, like the money is the root of all evil, right? All these things. There's so many, and almost everyone has got one. But what people think is a problem, I've just listed maybe 12. A lot of people are watching this right now going, I've got all 12. Great. The people at the top of the industry understand that's a really good thing, because when you've gone from 12 of these demons to 8 of these demons, you've grown. The great thing about network marketers, especially the people at the top, and this is something that you should learn from them, is they say when a challenge comes, they go, bring it on. Like, give me another one. 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 Give me another. Because the more challenges that you're faced with, the more opportunity you have to grow because you change, right? For things to change, you've got to change. Da, 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 da. So it's being aware of that. The fifth one are the people. You got your products, you got the network marketing model, you've got the repeatable basics, you've got the inner game, which we need a whole freaking YouTube channel dedicated to the inner game.
They can go to your YouTube channel. They are going to learn a lot.
Yes. But again, the real challenge for the people watching, and I know this sounds ridiculous because Antonio's literally sat there and this is a gift for the subscribers, is brainwash yourself with Antonio's voice. Like, you use shower gel, right, to body wash yourself in the shower or in the bath. You should listen to someone whose voice will, and here's the thing, it should torment you, right? Because Antonio will become your tormentor. There's a reason why the word mentor is in the word tormentor. I don't know, in Spanish it's probably tormentado or something. Is it? Tormento. So like, the reason why he's a tormentor is you should be in bed 7 o'clock in the morning on a Monday night going, 7 o'clock in the morning on a Monday going, and you should be jumping out of bed because you hear Antonio going, bro,
dímelo papi.
Like, that's what it should be. My dad was that for me, right? The idea of letting him down, the idea of knowing all of his content and not being successful. So he tormented me. And the other side of it as well is when it comes to people, who are you tormenting? Who are you constantly working with? And one thing that people get wrong in network marketing, there's two sides of the people. They constantly get wrong that they work with everyone. If you work with everyone, you will be destroyed. You will have no energy. You will be completely burnt out. So when you focus everywhere, you create momentum nowhere. Think about it, right? The Pope, Padre, right? Papa, right? How many people does he work with? Now, overall in the entire organization, 1 billion plus people, right? In the religion. But he probably works with a few cardinals. I don't know, 10, 20, maybe 30, max. Think about the person at the top of Apple, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. He doesn't work with 1 billion people who have Apple products. He works with like maybe 10 people, right? Antonio, big freaking huge organization. He doesn't work with everyone, otherwise he would die tomorrow, right? With all these people coming out, what do I do? Don't be afraid to work with a smaller group of people. Let them give you a reason to work with them for a season. So let's say I go to Juanri, right? Shout out to Juanri, legend, Pantera. Hey, there, yeah, I know, right? The Pantera. So I go to Juanri and I say, Juanri, and this is, we know Juanri is amazing, but let's just say he's just joined the team. I'm saying, Juanri, I see fire in you. Fuego's fire. Fuego. All right, I see fuego in you, Juanri. I want you to give me a reason so that I can work with you for the next 90 days. Go and write your list in record speed. The average person does it in 24 hours. Juanri goes out there. I've done it, Antonio. I've done it. Now Antonio is going to get really excited. Not because you've joined, but because you've given him a reason so he can actually go and say to his wonderful wife and say, listen, I'm going to be spending about an hour a week pouring everything I've got into this guy for the next 90 days. Now, if this guy does something with what Antonio does, guess what? You can give him another 90 days and another 90 days and another 90 days until eventually you've worked with him for 10 years and he's making $1 million a year. But if you try and do that with everyone, you have no life and you end up hating network marketing because you're making all this money and you're living in Miami and you can see the water and you can see your dream home on the water just in front and you're going, haha. And then you're on a Zoom call for 18 hours a day because you're working with too many people. The second thing is when it comes to the people who you want to attract. And on social media, the word who is the most important. Who do you want to help? Do you want to help men or do you want to help women? Do you want to help mums or do you want to help dads? Do you want to help ambitious people or do you want to help lazy people? Like, who do you want to help? And then when you know who you want to help, you want to then help them with what they want to do. Like, what do you want to help them with? And then the last part, and Antonio's doing really good at this, I like seeing it, is you've got to master the hooks. The hook of the video is 99% of the value in the video. Example, let's say, and I'm not, but let's just imagine that I know the lotto ticket. In Spain, every year they do this crazy lottery. I don't know what it's called, but like it's this crazy lottery.
Lotería de Navidad.
Lotería
de Navidad. Like Christmas lottery.
Yeah, Christmas lottery. A friend of mine gave me tickets to it one year, and like I don't know if I won or not, but like thanks to my friend.
Probably not.
Tickets. Probably not. It would have been a waste of winning it, right? So anyway, so
you know who wins in the Christmas lottery?
Who?
The government.
Ah, nice one. Good one. Yeah, true. So let's imagine that I know what the winning lottery tickets are, and you can choose your lottery tickets, let's just say. So, and I do a video saying, oh, hey, everyone. Yeah, I'm really excited about today because although the kids are driving me crazy and I'm a bit tired, I'm going to share with you some information. And yeah, if you don't already know, that I know what's going to happen next week in the lottery. And in this video, I'm going to share with you. And at the very end, I go, okay, by the way, the winning lottery tickets are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No one knows what the winning lottery tickets are because no one's made it that far because they're bored. But if I was to start saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, those are this week's lottery tickets. If you don't know me, my name is Frazer Brooks. I'm a mind reader. In the last 5 years, I've been predicting the winning lottery tickets every single week. And again, if you missed them, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everyone's going to go out there and buy a ticket. In fact, everyone will buy it. That everyone wins €5 because everyone wins it. But the point of what I'm saying is the hook is where all the value is. You should spend more time preparing the content than you actually spend creating the content. And if an apple a day is good for your health, a video a day is good for your business on social media. So with people, it's being aware of who do I pour into, and it's being aware of who do I want to attract into my business. But please, for the love of God, please, please, please know that social media gives fire and fuel to the business. Antonio is building this phenomenal community. You watch in the next 12 months, it will be one of the biggest network marketing YouTube channels there is. And I have to up my game because he's only like he's not that far off behind me with mine, right? And I want to make sure that so we push each other, right?
Okay.
All ships rising together, right? So one thing he's not doing, he's not just going all in on his YouTube channel and that's it. He's going all in on his YouTube channel and he's going all in with the events that he's doing and he's going all in with the people that he wants to win. That's his focus, obviously, as well as being the best version of himself that he can be. So again, really understand, if I was scoring out of 10, 1 being bad, 10 being the best in the world, where do I see my product? 1 to 10. Same with network marketing. Where do I see 1 to 10? What's my belief at network marketing? I know Antonio will go 10 for product. I know he'll say 10 for network marketing. No, he won't. He'll go 110. He'll go 147 and 147. Right? I know 1 just to get it out of the way. Right? The repeatable basics. Where are you on the scale from 1 to 10 when it comes to the basics? 1 being I don't have any. 10 being I know every single minute of every single day. When it comes to the internal game, are you aware of the demons that you've got to face? How do I overcome them, Frazer? You will learn that by being brainwashed every single day by Antonio. And I know it sounds a bit weird to say you've got to be open to be brainwashed by him, but if you're not being brainwashed by Antonio, who are you being brainwashed by? Broke people. Now, you might love your broke people. I love my friends who are broke as well, but I always put it's not like a physical one, but every time they're saying something, I always say to myself, when we leave this conversation, I'm just going to nod, And then when I leave that situation, I go, get out, get out, get out. But when Antonio speaks, it's in, it stays in, it doesn't come out, it might come out. Right? I repeat what he says because the guy's got results that you should have, and I feel like I'm a messenger for the results that he has as well. Right? And the last one is the people. Who are the people that you're working with, don't be afraid to put less than 15 people on there. 15 people is like the absolute optimum, right? And then who are you actually wanting to attract? Male, female, mum, dad, kids, not, relationship, yes, no, ambitious, business, online, offline, blah, blah, blah. What countries? Know it all. Know who, and the rest will fall into place. If you know the who, you'll figure out how. All right? Wow yourself before you how yourself. So I'm excited for you guys. Muchas gracias. I hope I say that correctly because my Spanish is so bad. But I'm so excited to watch these videos. To be fair, I listen to them with the YouTube, it switches it into English. And even if it's on mute in the background, I'm doing it just to support the channel. Because I know that it will be the biggest Spanish speaking channel. And just because I know you, I also know that you probably won't just stop with the Spanish channel in the future because your English is good enough. You'll probably come out with an English channel and all this. So I'm very grateful.
I'm very thankful, Frazer, for this training that you just give as a present. And we don't have time. So voy a cerrar este vídeo. Lo primero, agradecerle a Frazer. Todos en comentarios también en este vídeo vais a poder suscribiros a su canal. Su contenido es en inglés, pero es de altísimo valor. O sea, yo llevo todos estos años formándome con Frazer, asistiendo a su evento presencial, que es el Dare to Dream, que este año concretamente va a ser en Barcelona, y sé que muchos de los que lo estáis viendo vais a poder venir al evento de Dare to Dream, que es 1.400 personas de Network Marketing, de las cuales 500 somos de nuestro equipo de trabajo, del cual estoy súper agradecido, me siento bendecido. A todas las personas, esto ha sido un regalo, súper bendecido por cada una de las personas que habéis llegado hasta aquí a este vídeo. Recordarte que todo el apoyo que le estáis dando al vídeo es como echarle gasolina a mi motivación para seguir generando contenido. Hay mucha gente que dice, pero ¿por qué me pide que te suscribas? ¿Por qué me pides que me comentes? ¿Por qué me pides que le dé me gusta? Realmente es que tú me estás dando un mensaje que es me estás ayudando. Si tú no das me gusta por ego, si tú no escribes tu comentario por ego y si tú no ves los vídeos hasta el final por ego, a mí me estás comunicando que no te estoy ayudando y yo no necesito hacer esto. O sea, yo quiero que entiendas que yo no necesito hacer este canal de YouTube, que yo hago este canal de YouTube para ayudarte a ti. ¿Me explico? Entonces, cada vez que ponéis un me gusta, cada vez que ponéis un comentario, cada vez que compartís con vuestro equipo y le dais más visualizaciones al vídeo, me estáis diciendo a mí, sigue generando contenido que me estás ayudando, y eso es la motivación, o sea, me estás poniendo gasolina. Entonces te quiero agradecer, te quiero decir que cuentas conmigo para las que sean, que ojalá te vea en cualquier evento y me digas, yo soy esta persona que he estado escribiendo estos comentarios. Estaré encantado de hacerme una foto contigo. Todas las personas que tenéis mi libro ya lo sabéis, cuando venís y me lo dais para que os lo firme, estoy encantado de firmaros mi libro, súper emocionado con todo lo que estamos creando y con todo lo que vamos a lanzar. Le he escrito, cuando estábamos haciendo este vídeo, le he escrito a Lucho, que aprovecho para nombrarle, bro, se está creando un vídeo de otro nivel. En cuanto tengamos el vídeo, necesito que con urgencia se edite de 10, se haga los subtítulos para que lo publiquemos lo antes posible, así que no sé exactamente cuándo se va a publicar, pero vamos a darle muchísimo amor. Si no sigues a Frazer Brooks, ves al perfil de Frazer, que lo vais a tener en comentarios, su perfil de Instagram, y ponerle y mandarle un mensaje: gracias por el vídeo que has regalado en el canal de Antonio Martínez. Eso es lo que a mí me ayudará a que cuando yo le pida estar aquí en el canal pueda estar. Si nosotros apoyamos a Frazer, vamos a su perfil de Instagram y le ponemos comentarios o le mandáis un mensaje privado: gracias por el valor que me has aportado. Es de agradecidos ser bendecidos, así que yo te invito a que des las gracias a toda la gente que te está aportando valor en tu vida, que elijas muy bien a quién escuchas, no porque yo sea el mejor, simplemente porque probablemente tengo los resultados que tú quieres y estoy aquí para ayudarte a que tú tengas la misma creencia que yo en la industria, la misma creencia que yo en la compañía, para que lleves tu creencia al siguiente nivel y por consecuencia llevarás tus resultados al siguiente nivel. Así que no me voy a explayar más. Gracias y nos vemos como siempre el próximo lunes. Y no te olvides de decir ¡Dime! regalo, papi. Chao, chao.